But when you're editor, and I'm sure you went through this too, that you are, finessing every little itsy bitsy thing, left, right, center. But when you get into that director's chair, yes, you're involved in the editing process, but you realize how amazing it is to sort of, like you said, bird eyes view, right? And all the tedious stuff. Again, it's not something that it's not important. That's the
Of
editing
course.
team's job, right? That's their job. And you realize, okay, my job is now this, and this is something I like more, maybe to a certain
Yeah,
extent.
absolutely. I think I like it way more. I mean,
Yeah.
editing is my first love because it's given me so much confidence in myself. It's really like brought me so close to the craft of filmmaking. And I love it because I do it all the time. Even when I'm having a conversation, I'm editing it.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
done
I
it
get
for
it.
so many years. And it's not in a disturbing way. Like it's not disturbing, or I'm not trying to edit out what the other person is saying, but it's also just like, okay, this is what is playing out. This is how the scene is playing out. So there is a detachment to it, which I really enjoy as an editor. So I think that spirit will always be there. But I think I like this. It's also a new challenge, right? It's something new to do, something new to discover. And I've edited for close to 16, 17 years now. So I think it's time to
Move
build
on.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Um, what was that moment, Nimrita, if you can remember, that told you or that defined for you that I want to be an editor or I want to direct films? Whenever that was, 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Tell me that
Actually,
story.
I trained to be a coder. That was, I mean, that's what I studied in college. VC++
Hmm.
and coding. And very soon I discovered I'm not good at it. And it's not something I enjoy. I don't even like going to college. But I didn't know what else to do. I just had this very vague notion that I think I'm an artist and only I knew it. Nobody else ever told me that or thought about it. And I come from a very academic family. So it was always expected that I will do this, work, in a
Hmm.
good job and live the good life. So I quit it, much to the chagrin of my parents, and I started looking for what I want to do. So I did some odd jobs, and I landed up in NDTV in
Hmm.
Delhi. That's where I grew up in Delhi, and I really enjoyed my time there. And I thought, what if I study this? Like, what if I study how to make this? And I started applying to film schools, got into one, but I still didn't know what stream should I choose because there was direction, cinematography, editing, and sound. And I was like, okay, my parents hate this step that I'm taking. So maybe if I take editing, they'll think that it's very close to computers, which I have done for graduation. So, I can do a job or at least something connected to IT. I mean, it was really that naive. So I took it up, and I don't know. I think again, it was really the universe's blessing. It was providence. It was because it changed my life. I just loved being in that room. So I started editing on the Steam Deck, and it was like just me and the Steam Deck and this small lamp. I just loved it. I would spend so many hours there, just sitting, doing ting, 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 just thinking, what can I do like this? Can I do it like this? So I just spent a lot of man hours doing that. Even then, of course, it's only after I came to Bombay I realized the scope of editing. Like what in film school, it's still limited. You're working on materials that others have shot and which have already been passed on, like from one batch to the other. But here, suddenly it was an open playing field. So it was great fun. I just thought, oh my God, it fits like a glove. I love it. So that's how editing happened by chance. And then within a few years, I started realizing that, okay, when I had that choice in film school, I actually really wanted to check direction. But the way things were at that time in my life, because my parents were so against this move. I mean, who goes to film school and who leaves a good education and goes to study film, and what will happen to you? You're already like 23 years old and all that. So I think that, and also I didn't probably have an innate confidence then that I can be the top dog, that I can be a director. I think I didn't have that. So I had to go through this journey to reach this point where I felt that, okay, now I can actually do what I really wanted to do, which was to direct.
What gave you that confidence?
I think appreciation for my work and just an inner knowing, that, okay, I can tell stories well. And I have a good sense of characters. I have a good sense of story. I have a good sense of rhythm. So I knew that I can. And I mean, many a times while editing, I felt that, okay, I would have done it this way. I would have done it this
Yeah,
way, which actually can start frustrating you beyond a point. So
100%.
that's why I thought, I mean, it's also not fair if you're thinking like that a lot, then it's not fair to the job you're doing as an editor also. So that's why I thought it's better for me to say my own story.
While working on Angry Young Men or after it finished, or both, what was one thing that you discovered about yourself?
I mean, there are quite a few things I would say that people find it easy to talk to me, I think, because I'm a good listener. I knew that about myself, but it kind of uh, got validated while I was doing this. And also the fact that I'm not very attached to what I have shot. Like as an editor, I obviously had no attachment because somebody else had shot it.
Yeah,
But even as a director, I think I'm not very attached. So that is something which was very good to know. That it's very easy for me to leave things out, kill my darlings, and say that, okay, no, not, I mean, we have to do this in the interest of story, movement, progression. So yeah, so that was a good, interesting discovery, I would say.
have your parents or family seen Angry Young Men?
Oh yeah, and my parents thought that it's a lot of people are talking. They really enjoyed it. They really, even my brother, my sister-in-law, they loved it, and they gave me full report of what they thought was working, it's not working, and also they've been part of my journey, right? Like it's been 3.5 years for me. I started working on it December 2020, and it's come out now in August 2024. So it's been a long journey, and it's been very adventurous. I don't want to use a negative word, but so it adventurous, because there were so many days I felt that, oh my God, how am I going to get this footage? How am I going to get this through? There was just too many things. There were so many ups and downs. It was a roller coaster. It was really a roller coaster. So they have been,
I sorry, go on.
no, that's what. So they've been a party to it. So I don't think they can watch it very objectively, removing that emotion that what all I have been through the making.
If you want to watch the full conversation of this clip, be sure to click here and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.